It used to feel so unfair to me that someone can find their calling in life at a young age. I envy those generic stories of a child outside seeing an airplane in the sky and just knowing that they have to become a pilot one day. I never had that. I never had that moment. When I was in college, I changed majors 3 times. The only thing that I knew is that I had to get my act together. That decision, it became very frustrating for me. This looming decision of what do you want to be when you grow up? I had a lot of friends that had their exact career path planned out, and I just didn't know. I had no idea. I always felt more unconventional. When I was in college, I decided not to focus on what job I wanted to have one day, but to lean into my strengths, what actually was interesting to me. I really, really like people. I'm extremely extroverted, and I need to be around others. I enjoy public speaking. I like this. And I often do stand-up comedy in the city of Atlanta, hence the water and the bench. This is natural. I feel comfortable like this. And I always feel more comfortable working within a team setting professionally. Like I said, I need other people, and I can bounce those ideas off of others, and that's when I excel. I eventually kind of explored my network. I wanted to know, where I can use these talents and skills while harnessing them in the academic area. And I found myself kind of walking into a lot of internship and volunteer opportunities within the nonprofit realm, a lot of nonprofit organizations. I learned a lot in these nonprofit organizations, but to me, the biggest takeaway was that personal connection of realizing that a part of me really needs to be helping the little guy. I really enjoy that. I eventually did graduate. I got a strategic organizational communications degree, which is a mouthful, but it was a good route for me. After I graduated, my wife and we decided that it was time for a change of pace. We wanted to get away from the snow. We were in school in Idaho, so we came back out to the East Coast, back to Georgia. So we came back out here. I had a job lined up in healthcare IT, and I was extremely excited for that opportunity. What a prosperous industry. I thought my future was in the bag. Very excited about that. I started that job. Things were going fine. They were fine. I was really ambitious. I wanted to impress my employers. I wanted to prove to them that I was a good hire and I was willing to do what it takes to become a good employee. Being young in that professional career, I was just hungry, but I never had that connection to the actual work that I was doing. I was just more or less worried about getting something done. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, a few months after that, I got a call from HR. You guys know how that goes, right? Those HR calls, it's uncomfortable. But my position, the initiative that I was originally hired for, it was being dissolved. It was no longer a part of the big picture, right? So I was let go, and this really, really deflated me. This period of time, it was hard because it really reminded me of those conflicting and frustrating feelings that I expressed already earlier. I knew that one day I had to have it figured out. I had to have a game plan. I had to know what I was going to be when I grew up. And I graduated school. I was in the working realm, and I still didn't know. And I didn't know. So that's my life story. Let's move on to greener pastures. Who likes animals? Who likes cats? Right? Yeah, hands. Awesome. These are my people, right? These are my people. I love cats. This is my cat, Captain. He's my second. My wife and there's the 2 of us, and we had one cat, Bagheera, a black cat, and we needed a buddy for that one. We believe in the buddy system in our house. And so here he is. Here's Captain. We adopted him during that sad moment in my life, right? This period of unemployment where I was trying to figure out myself. We got him from an animal rescue called Fur Kids. And if you look at this photo closely, you'll see a few things. I assure you, this cat, when he's with us, great life. This cat is living large. He is spoiled. But when we first got him, he had a sad story. Fur Kids, when they first rescued him, they had to take care of that eye. He's only got one eye, as you can see. It was beyond repair. They needed to remove that. On his neck, you'll see there's a portion of shaved fur. There was an abscess there, a large abscess, and a wound that needed to be seen and drained and needed to heal. Also with that, He was battling a life-threatening fever, a very high fever, multiple times, reoccurring. When my wife and I first saw Captain, we knew that he had to come into our family. He melted our hearts. But when we heard his story, I was impressed. I was very impressed that an animal rescue organization would go above and beyond to help just one animal. Despite the hurdles of financial strain or the logistics of multiple instances for one animal, they overlooked that. They overcame that, and Captain is here with us today, and he's living a great life. I talked with the adoption counselor for a long time. I wanted to, explore this realm of animal rescue. Never thought about it once, just knew I loved animals. I eventually got online and I explored job opportunities, and I saw a posting from this animal rescue. I sent an email off to the founder, Sam Shelton, and I explored that realm. I don't know why, but something in my heart let me know that perhaps my days of helping the little guy weren't over. When I first came in for that initial job interview, I was very impressed to see this location. This is Fur Kids HQ, and it's on 9 acres of gorgeous garden property. When I was thinking animal shelter, I was thinking of like a concrete box, right? And this wasn't that. Fur Kids, in its 20 years of operation, have saved the lives of over 65,000 animals. Last year alone, 5,000 animals were saved through their life-giving efforts, through fostering, adoptions, transport, anything that they need. When I was here, I was really encouraged to see that everything was organized as a campus. It's on one property, and they're building buildings and adding on, but they also have other remote locations throughout the state of Georgia. I was really impressed with this, and I got the job. I got the job. I became the cat adoptions manager. It's awesome stuff. Yeah. I was really excited about that. That ran true for me, and it was something that animal rescue was something that I never thought would be on my radar, but here I am, and I've been a professional cat dad ever since. It's been going great. As the cat adoptions manager, there's a lot of things that I have to oversee. When we're working, I oversee, roughly 20 volunteers and staff, all involved in every aspect of the animal rescue, right? So we have to make sure that when the cats are with us, that their logistics are being handled. We have all these different locations. We need to make sure we know where they are, what they need, what they're eating, all that. Our vet staff has to make sure that they're healthy, taken care of, and cleared. As the adoption team, we need to ensure that we're monitoring that. A big part of my job is dealing with people, talking face-to-face and also on the phone with interested adopters to ensure that our cats are going to happy, healthy homes, ones that will be comfortable for them. Again, joining animal rescue felt like drinking from a fire hose. I did not know all the work that went into it. Roughly 300 cats go home, sometimes up to 300 cats go home from our rescue every single month, and that's quite a task. Unlike traditional organizations, our inventory, for lack of comparison's sake, all have emotions, fears, and favorite foods, right? That's a lot to keep track of. I don't like to think of them as an inventory. In the animal rescue world, we refer to them as our residents, or I call them our freeloaders. With a loving heart, I call them that. But that's really important. The details really are everything. Every single one of these cats, they have a behavior assessment of where they will thrive in a home. They have records and medical records. Every single one of these cats, like my buddy Captain, he had some needs, right? He had some things that I needed to watch out for. And in the end, we cannot be overly casual about our work because we are responsible for precious lives. When I first got involved with animal rescue, like I said, I just didn't know where I fit. I had this passion for animal welfare. I had this passion to help people. And usually when people get inside of animal rescue, they do it because they maybe go more towards animals than people. They find their calling there more strongly. So my strategic organizational communications degree, that mouthful that I'm struggling with now, it's did that come in handy, right? I was worried about this background that I had. If you look at my resume, it was, communications, and then animal rescue. I felt, I was worried that I wouldn't be of value to the team. Thankfully, I was able to find where I fit and help lift the load. In animal rescue, you have thousands of interested adopters, hundreds of fosters, so many people to coordinate with, and that was something that I could do. Fortunately for me, a lot of people that are interested in animal care are extremely introverted. So things like this, it's very good for my job security. It's good for me. In this realm, I feel accomplished. I feel like I'm achieving a lot when I'm helping people and animals connect. In my life, I find the most joy when I am improving human lives, when I'm bringing joy to others. And what an awesome and wonderful thing for me to be able to increase security and peace for animals while I do the same. While I give trainings, orientations, or present in things like this, I know that I'm helping people inevitably bring cats home and love them and have a happy life and a better family like I have when I brought Captain home. I think about that when I take naps on the couch with that guy all the time. If you're not an animal lover, it's no problem. For me, this was a surprise, but I'm loving. I caught the ball and I'm running with it. I still hope that my words for you are encouraging. If you don't know where you fit yet, if you feel unconventional, like me, that's a good thing. You don't have to become a crazy cat person, but you can. That's the good news. You can do that. The good news is there's no wrong answers. It's your life. You can do whatever you want as long as you're pursuing something. As long as you are pursuing something that you find worthwhile, it's not a poor decision. If you're not quite sure what your passion is yet, I implore you, please get out there and find some volunteer opportunities or internship opportunities that would be worthwhile for you. As you act selflessly and you volunteer with an organization, or if you intern with a company, you just might find that they help you more than you help them. Today, increasingly, we have an inclining trend of quiet quitting, and people are hiring more than ever candidates that actually care about the mission statement. Joining Fur Kids honestly felt like a risk to me. It was a big left turn on a resume, going from healthcare IT to helping animals. But I feel like my risk paid off. Yes, I have hard days. Yes, I have hard weeks, but I have an email inbox of thousands of people that have adopted animals from us, added to their family, and are happier because of it. I feel joy in that. It's my calling in life to bring joy to others, and in doing so, myself. I also enjoy uniting animals and having them feel more safe and giving them a home. I was able to build a bridge between that passion and that just interest and make it an awesome life. By day, I help unite humans and animals that need each other. By night, I get out there in the city and I do my stand-up comedy because I need to scratch that creative itch as well. I have an awesome life. I really, really love my life. I have found where I fit, and I'm helping to lift the load. And I implore you guys to have patience and be kind to yourself as you do the same. Thank you very much.